People choose Cayman because we are a great place to live and work. We are a tax-neutral jurisdiction, and we feature a stable government, strong regulatory and legislative foundation for all of the industries that Cayman supports.
Yep.
I am Charlie Kirkconnell, and I'm the CEO at Cayman Enterprise City, which is a special economic zone here in the Cayman Islands that's designed to attract knowledge and technology-focused businesses to set up a genuine physical presence here. And what that means is to open an office and employ people locally.
Why do people choose to come to Cayman? And just to preface a little bit, when I found out about this conference, I started saying to people, oh, I guess it's a little bit like such and such other islands. And most people said, no, it's actually very, very unique. Why is that?
We are, quite different than I think what most people expect when they think of the Caribbean, in that we have a very well developed very well developed infrastructure, economic ecosystem. We're one of the historically we've been known as one of the world's leading funds jurisdictions, for example, and out of that has developed a very, very interesting community and community of service providers, of businesses that operate within the space. And added to that, when we came along, our project was launched in February of 2012.
Okay.
Added to basically what Cayman has always done very well, has been is the knowledge and technology sector.
Okay.
And people choose Cayman because we are a great place to live and work. There, of course, is we are a tax-neutral jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm.
And we feature a stable government, strong regulatory and legislative foundation for all of the industries that Cayman supports.
Yeah. And that's the key, right? Because
Yeah.
I've had a few conversations already, and of course, I think some people who are watching might be thinking like, oh yeah, right, it's just a tax haven, another one of those, right? But you do have it, so for people to understand, Cayman is a British overseas territory, so it is part of the Commonwealth. Right. It is part of the kingdom of the United Kingdom, right? But it has its own constitution and its own premier, right? So it's almost like a province in Canada.
Yeah, we're
and it's regulated as well. It has its own regulatory authorities, right?
Yep, and we're formally known as a British overseas territory. We are part of the UK.
Yeah,
and so we are answerable to a degree. To the Crown,
yeah.
And that is part of what has helped us develop in the way that we have over the past many decades. That level of accountability and the responsibility that we feel as a British overseas territory, kind of permeates through everything that we do.
Really interesting, really interesting. And so you mentioned your focus on knowledge and sort of tech and innovation. When did the blockchain or crypto, come into the picture, and how does it specifically fit, I guess?
Well, I mean, I remember our first project in the space arrived, feels like it was sometime in 2015. And I remember it coming across and I'm thinking, okay, what's this? And then really when the ICO boom in late 2017, I think it was, that was when we really started to see a lot of projects coming through the door. That was really the beginning of the blockchain sector, and leading into now Web3 and virtual assets. So. At the time, people were looking for a stable jurisdiction, legislative and regulatory certainty, and Cayman, as we've talked about already, offers that. And really, what ended up happening was a lot of what Cayman has done well in the financial services sector, just in general, was able to be applied to this new sector, and so we didn't. One of the nice things is that we weren't launching from this industry here from a completely cold start, trying to figure out, okay, well, how do we offer services to these types of businesses? Things like some of the acts, the existing, for example, the Securities Investment Business Act. That wasn't something that had to be created. It was a regulatory and a legislative framework that could be leveraged, rather than us saying, "Oh, there's something new here. What do we do with it?"
Switching gears a little bit and lightening the load a little bit. Surely you have at least one funny story or fun story, ideally in the crypto space. But I just imagine kind of like crypto bro landing here, thinking, I'm going to come and hide my money here, and probably having a rude awakening that this is not at all what they thought. Do you have something like this too?
Well, from a funny story point of view, I'll always think about the first kind of virtual asset crypto conference that we had here, which was in early 2018.
Okay, wow.
And it was called the D10E.
Okay.
And Cayman had never seen anything like that before. It was the early days of the as I say, the ICO boom, and there was a very interesting cast of characters that arrived on the island for this conference, and it was Cayman as a very up to that point anyway. Had been a kind of a bit of a how do I say this respectfully? A bit of like I don't want to say uptight, but a very the traditional finance.
Yeah, serious.
That perhaps gives a picture. So like a traditional finance setting, lawyers, accountants, and your kind of people who are not crypto bros.
I was going to say suits, not bros.
Suits, not bros. And it really took the island by storm. And there was I didn't know how it was going to be received. And the good news about it was received very well.
Okay.
And including by the government, who came along to the events and met a lot of the people, and felt like, okay, this is something that Cayman wants to pursue as a new kind of business sector in the Cayman Islands.
Yeah.
And my fear was that the crypto bros might kind of cause some people to kind of say, wait, is this really what we want? But the government, the feedback that I got from them afterwards is that they really enjoyed their participation in the conference, and really saw a future for the sector in the Cayman Islands, and we've been working on that ever since.
That's great, and that's 8 years ago. So of course, what a long way we have come, and now of course crypto is so much more mainstream and institutional.
Yeah.
My final question, and if you want to talk to our Canadian and to a certain degree American audience, what is your ask or your invitation or your message to I guess foreign audiences, in our case, North American?
Yeah, well, I guess my call to action would be that if anything you've heard piques your interest, and you might be interested in discussing, how setting up a physical presence, genuine physical presence, economic substance here in the Cayman Islands, we'd love to speak with you. This is a great place to live and work. Stable legislative and regulatory environment, stable government, business friendly. And if any of that sounds good to you, we'd love to speak with you.
And great weather, beautiful beaches, great restaurants. So I can vouch for that last part at least. Yeah. Thank you very much. Pleasure to chat with you.
Thank you very much as well.
Thank you.